Hello, Marcus Boston. In today's video, we are going to quickly talk about C-sections and an HIE diagnosis. And so the context of this is if your baby has suffered an HIE diagnosis and you had a C-section, does that mean that medical malpractice could not have been the cause of the HIE diagnosis? The reason why I'm going to talk with you about this today is because this is a question that can come up. And one of the big issues when we're talking about a C-section and a traumatic brain injury is the timing of the C-section. Timing is important in the analysis of these cases. So just because you had a C-section, that does not necessarily mean that medical malpractice could not have been the cause of your baby's traumatic brain injury. Let's take this as an example. Let's say that you're going through labor and delivery and the fetal heart strips are showing that there are problems during labor and delivery. In other words, the strips are non-reassuring. And even in the face of these non-reassuring strips, the doctors and the nurses, they have the mom to continue to bear down and continue to keep pushing through labor and delivery. Now, babies are resilient and they can take a lot during labor and delivery, but they have what we call a fetal reserve. And once that reserve is depleted, now the baby is in some serious trouble. And let's go back to that example. Let's see that the strips are non-reassuring and you're still going forward. And eventually it gets to the point after a lot of time has passed where the doctors and the nurses, they say, well, I think we need to now move on to a C-section. Although they've done a C-section or they moved to a C-section, the question is timing. Did they wait too long before moving to the C-section? So that's really what I want to talk with you about today, is to help you understand that just because there has been a C-section done and your baby has suffered a traumatic brain injury, that, medical malpractice still can be involved if the timing, if it went on too long, if there was a delay in performing the C-section. If you have more questions, there is a telephone number down below. I invite you to go ahead and pick up the phone and call me. Contact my office, let them know that you would like to schedule a conversation with me over the phone in regards to what's going on with your baby. Maybe you're here today because your baby has suffered an HIE diagnosis or you have a subsequent CP diagnosis and you have questions. If you have that going on, like I said, go ahead and pick up the phone and call me. I talk with families like yours all the time about these issues. HIE, hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy, cerebral palsy, MAS, meconium aspiration syndrome, shoulder dystocia, a whole host of other issues. This is what we do. One more thing. I practice law here in the state of Maryland, and because this video is on the internet and I have no control over who watches it, if you contact me and you are not in Maryland, just understand that we have to use what we call co-counsel or local counsel. In other words, an attorney in your state, and that's something that we can work to help you with, but I just want to make sure that you understand if you're not in Maryland that we have to use that co-counsel or local counsel aspect of things. All right, that's going to be it for today's quick educational video. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm one of the childbirth injury and medical malpractice attorneys practicing law here in the state of Maryland at Boston Law Group, LLC. We will talk with you next time. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.